Every morning, you need to mind hack and murder hack your brand.
Exponential growth is exponential.
Look at your calendar and burn it. What is your personal winning resume?
The number one thing that they don't teach in school is to make money. Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur.
Produce.
I am literally a god. Business
Money Hacks. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Business Money Hacks. I'm Bridge Stewart.
And I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn, and I'm very excited to announce something today. We have a special announcement, but first, Bridge, I just want to know what's going on with your eyebrows.
Sort of just taking them off these days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just a quick shave of the eyebrows. I feel like it makes me look more masculine, having no eyebrows. And, people respect that. I have multiple people after I've shaved my eyebrows off have said, my God, Bridge, you look so masculine and strong. And I like those kind of compliments. So I'm just sort of kind of rolling with it.
Yeah. You kind of look like an aggressive Powder. Remember that movie Powder?
Yeah. Yeah, he had like
you're
powers.
Pale as well. You have...
I'm very pale, eyebrowless, and extremely masculine.
If I do remember correctly, he had some kind of mental abilities and some psychic abilities. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he could I think he was kind of like Magneto. I think he could like move metal objects and stuff, things like that.
I guess that's what you're going for right now. Maybe you'll be able to move metal objects around, stay out of the sun.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
You should. I would say you should consider it too. I mean, Dustin, nobody likes eyebrows these days. You might want to think about just shaving them off.
Two guys walking around town with no eyebrows. That's
no
us.
Eyebrows, completely pale, moving metal around. That is friendship right there.
Walking into an elevator and seeing two guys, no eyebrows, rolling those like Chinese balls around in their hands, you know?
Yeah, just playing around with metal, saying, I can control this with my mind. Look, I can control this with my mind. I have powers because I'm pale, eyebrowless, and I've seen the movie Powder. That's what you want to see at your office.
What floor?
I'll move the elevator with my mind. That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going for.
Mental prowess along with physical strength.
Yeah.
Becoming the optimal human.
Exactly. Becoming the optimal human. And that's the whole purpose of this podcast in general. But, Dustin and I, we've been doing this podcast, and we said to ourselves, look, we need to up our game here. We need to reach more people. We need to get more in depth with people on this. So we need to take this to a whole new level. And guys, we have definitely done that.
Oh, yeah. The Business Money Hacks is just the icing on the cake. We're going to get down and try to make that beef cake.
We're getting definitely deep into the cake.
Today we're getting to that deep beef cake.
Oh, you're saying you put icing on top of a beef cake?
Well, you want that savory and the sweet, right?
A gorgeous steak with
just a delicious meat cake, and then on top, just a little bit of sweet,
covered in frosting, blasted with frosting, just smothered in frosting steak.
When I was growing up, my mother, she was she would stay at home. I don't think I've ever seen her wear shoes. She would make meatloaf, and then she would just blast it in frosting. You want to eat your dinner and dessert at the same time, and then run right up to bed before he gets home.
Yeah, just get it all done with as quickly as possible.
Right up to bed.
Hurry, quick, eat before he gets home. Hurry.
Here's your dinner and here's your dessert. Quickly.
Go. I hear his footsteps. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Then you hear that car door, and I've been eating too long.
Yeah. Exactly. A little frosting meat cake before the screams. That's good advice to anybody. But yeah, anyway, we want to announce a big thing. So the podcast was the beginning. We are going to start an online university. Business Money Hacks is starting an online university, and we're very excited for this.
Incredibly excited. We already have the webmaster setting up the website. Our love to our audience, a deep, deep love for our audience.
A deep romance.
Where we talk in depth how to grind set your lifestyle, how to keep your calendar. We're going to have plenty of people on there, video chatting and whatnot.
It's a whole experience.
Honestly, you're going to be able to delete all of your other subscriptions in your life.
Yeah, just imagine all of the stuff you've learned throughout your life, and put that into a car. Put all that stuff into a car, and then drive that car off a cliff. That's how I'm pitching this thing, because this is going to rewire your brain and remove you from, sort of the, I hate to say it, but lies that culture has been teaching us. There's been a lot of lies, especially in the school system. The school system, wow, is out of control, some of the stuff they're telling these kids these days. I mean, geez, especially colleges, that is out of control. That is completely out of control. This is a university where you can actually learn something and not get programmed by, these teachers with an agenda that are like backed up by all this stuff. I mean, this is a real university where you're going to be learning and experiencing some great lessons.
Knowledge. They used to call it back in the day, back when certain subsets of humans were able to actually gain knowledge before writing, before reading, before the printing press. Knowledge was just passed down for certain sects of people, monks and whatnot, the knowledgeable few. And ever since then, the layman's has been able to learn and read.
And this is a revolution, because now we're going to be passing on that information to you guys
in monk outfits.
Yeah, in monk outfits. You guys are going to be learning the stuff that's really important, and you need to subscribe to this stuff. You are going to appreciate this stuff.
After this, once you sign up for this university, you will be able to completely cancel your subscriptions for any service that you've been using. So you were saying get into your car and drive off the cliff. Before you do that, cancel your car insurance, cancel your health insurance. Any amount of subscription service, including insurance, you can 100% guaranteed cancel.
Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of, your Netflix. Cut off family members. They're indoctrinating you too. You know that, and I know that. Lessons from mom and dad nowadays, give me a break.
Stop paying rent.
Stop paying rent.
Stop paying rent.
Stop
paying
it
your
all.
Home insurance. Stop paying your property taxes. Stop paying your taxes.
Yeah, give it all up and subscribe to Alpha Rottweiler University. That is the name of our university, and it is going to change how you imagine your life and what you're going to be doing in the future. Alpha Rottweiler University is the answer to every single one of your problems in your life is going to be answered by Alpha Rottweiler.
It's the answer to the question that nobody asked. We were trying to come up with different names for this university, and that was the first thing. You and I both said it at the same time.
It's such a good name because, nowadays in culture, it's just all about the, let's, listen to each other and then have a debate and, just settle on things. And, it's like, no, sometimes you have to be the Alpha Rottweiler, just entering a room with that Alpha Rottweiler mentality.
Oh, yeah.
And just steamroll everything and everyone.
I mean, imagine a park, right? Going to the park, and there's just just only poodles at this park, mini poodles at a park. And then a Rottweiler runs in, haven't eaten,
has completely
imagine
untrained.
A dog park with just poodles, and then an untrained, malnourished Rottweiler enters.
This thing's just
like
been
a
living
chat.
in a
Rottweiler
basement.
enters the chat.
Yeah, Rottweiler enters. That's been living in a basement for the past 7 months, just in a cage, just roaming around, being fed just stray pieces of meat and whatever rats it can find. And now you're setting it loose in the dog park in West Hollywood. This thing has
that's what you want to be in business and in life. This is Business Money Hacks is primarily focused on business, how to be successful with your finances and all that. Alpha Rottweiler University is a lifestyle. This is going to completely engross your entire life.
It's going to alter who you are.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to transform who you are on many levels. Like, we've kind of run a beta test with some of this stuff, and man, the results, people are, we put people into these rooms to go on Alpha Rottweiler and say, okay, we'll check on you in about a month and a half. We come back, these people, you barely recognize them. They're shredded. They've got that rabid look in their eyes. They're
shredded. Like, they're actually physically fit, and all they've been doing is sitting in front of a computer for a month on end, and they're physically,
it's insane,
professional wrestler fit. 1980s, mid 80s to early 90s professional wrestling fit.
Yeah, it's pretty,
sitting in front of a computer and looking like a Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the mid 90s, jacked.
Yeah, their face has muscle. Like, their face
Red.
muscles are just shredded. Like, their face looks like just a shredded muscle. It's pretty insane. And,
their mind is altered.
Their mind is altered. It's very much like the name. Alpha Rottweiler, we did these classes and we're like, okay, we're done. And usually they're pretty furious to be done. They want to keep doing it.
Well, they haven't eaten.
Yeah, they haven't eaten. So we say, all right, we're setting you loose, and we open up the doors, let them out. And
we have handlers next door to this beta test. There was a mental institution, so they go straight from this beta test offices right into the institution. You spend a month in the office, a month in the institution.
It's pretty wild.
It's been half a year, 6 months of just.
Yeah, it's nuts.
These men, for 6 months, gone from our offices on the computer watching Alpha Rottweiler University videos directly corralled into a mental institution for another month just to even things out, and then right back into Alpha Rottweiler.
Yeah, we've had to incorporate the mental institution into this because the initial group, we just set them loose. Just said, all right, back into the world. And let me just say, these are some dangerous men. These are men that you saw on the street and you'd be like, whoa, maybe I should call the police. This man is glaring at me holding a screwdriver. That's what you want in business. And so we just let them loose. That was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was one story. This guy, Ruben, he worked at a Five and Dime, like a dollar store, and he had nothing going on in life. And we were doing interviews trying to find the right candidates for this thing, and he seemed like the perfect middle of the road average American, and he was one of the candidates, and he is not looking good. He was looking great.
It's sort of like, if you can picture this, like the scene when we first let them loose, it kind of felt like, something out of like 28 Days Later, except if the zombies were like just looked like Hulk Hogan. Like, we're very shredded and tall and just let loose in the middle of West Hollywood.
He went straight to Five Below and murdered his former boss, which was a legal issue.
But it's not.
Pummeled his boss, and then he ran straight home to his wife, and that was a domestic sort of legal thing that we had to go through. So that's why we decided to therapy.
There has to be a little bit of, come down off of what you get from Alpha Rottweiler. I mean, you can't just give a bull, you can't give a bull.
It's like giving a bull red sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta.
Imagine putting sunglasses on a raging bull and it's tinted
just
red.
Feeding it Adderall. Just feeding this thing Adderall for 3 days straight. That's kind of the scene you can imagine, like, after we let these people out.
Right. So we've had to, since then, sort of taper it down, and there's therapy sessions post university. But let's talk about the website, and let's talk about the actual university.
So with Alpha Rottweiler University, we're going to be offering a variety of things. We're going to be getting you classes. We're going to be teaching you different business things. We're going to be,
Which we don't do on this. Again, the podcast currently is just the icing on that meat cake.
It's the icing.
We're giving you the meat cake.
Yeah, we're giving you the meat cake, and we don't want to spill the beans quite yet in the meat cake.
AlphaRottweiler.com/meatcake, and you'll get 15% off.
50% off. Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, if you do that, yeah, you get 15% off. It'll only be in that case, I think $9.99 a month.
Right.
For that.
$999 a month. Yeah. So alpharottweiler.com/meatcake. Type in BMH podcast meatcake, and you'll get 15% off.
Which will be $9.99 a month, and that might seem expensive. And it is. It's absolutely worth it.
Bridge, when you say $9.99 a month, do you mean $9.99?
No, it's $999 a month. So roughly $1,000. But so yeah, like a year, you're going to be spending $12,000 a year on Alpha Rottweiler, and let me tell you, like, yeah, and let me tell you,
imagine working at a five and dime, and just saving up so you could
saving up $12,000 so you can pay for and like, you know,
well, because some of it is also healthcare professionals that we need on standby, and we also need to have permits. Because when
and lawyers on retainer at all times. I mean, we have an extensive legal team. It's
not just the video; it's also the legal fees. Anyway,
I mean, I would say 95% of our staff is the legal team. With
it's 5% is Bridge and I, and then the teachers. And then just web designers, and then the rest is just
we've got about like 250 people on retainer, like just dealing with some of the legal issues. But yeah, no, it's and yeah, that does seem like a lot, $12,000 a year. But and with the beta test on this, we had some people who were like, my wife saw the thing that I paid $12,000 for this thing called Alpha Rottweiler University on our finances. It was like, well, I guess we're going to have to take our kids out of private school to deal with this.
But, you could add someone onto your account as well. We were not an extra $10 a month. And you could put your son on the account.
And when we say let them on the account, you can let them sit next to you when you watch the videos. You can only watch them once, and then if you want to do a replay, that's another surcharge on that.
But you are allowed to have your headphones in, play the videos while your son is sitting next to you in a chair watching you.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the videos are just Rottweilers attacking poodles.
It's
that's how most of the videos begin, at least, and then we get into the real substance.
Every video starts with just Rottweilers maiming other smaller dogs, and then
I don't know if you're technical. The opacity, it starts off with kind of like on those masterclass, those bullshit masterclass universities. They have these famous people and educators talking, but as you're watching it, the screen very gradually turns red and plays a video on loop of a Rottweiler attacking poodles in a dog park.
Well,
as you're listening to the educators.
Yeah, as you're listening to the educators, and this is just to get you in the psyche of sort of just like an aggressive business person. Occasionally, the video will cut to a very graphic image or video of just a Rottweiler maiming another dog.
And it's completely randomized.
Yeah, it'll just occasionally pop up in the video just to get you in that mind state. The volume is about twice as loud as the teacher is, just to get you in that mind state of a rabid Rottweiler.
Well, that's why we push the headphones.
Yeah, if you don't, we've actually made it exclusive for headphones. So, you can't play it through your speakers. It has to be on headphones. So that is a bit of a tricky thing, because if you have your son watching the video, while they will be able to, experience it, they won't be able to hear it. So that
took a little innovation on your part to be able to have videos streaming on the web where the audio only plays if you have your headphone plugged into your computer.
Yeah, no, it's pretty intense. Anyway, these classes are going to change how you look at the world, and the teachers we've brought in. Oh yeah. These people are top tier, top of the line professors who are going to give you some information that you might not be ready for. Honestly, I wasn't ready for all of the information I got from some of these guys. I sort of had to take it in doses with some of these guys. They are pretty extreme, some of their opinions on things. So, yeah, but with Alpha Rottweiler University, you're going to be hearing some pretty insane things.
Most of our educators are ex-convicts, and the rest of them are current convicts.
Ex-convicts, ex-extreme military, like people
we've got an
deep
autocrat
in
Honduras. There was a politician from Honduras who didn't win about 15, 20 years ago, and he is very mad. So we've got him on, Manuel de Sosa, great guy, talking about how to gain power with a wide audience.
I would say probably, half to 2/3 of our teachers are convicted murderers. Like, they just, you got to be aggressive in this life. And while I might not agree with what they do, we've hired them to teach classes at Alpha Rottweiler University. So we're doing it. We're doing it with these guys. Mm-hmm. The whole rationale behind this is these are people who have excelled by being aggressive. These are people that have, made money and achieved things through being extremely aggressive. Oh, sometimes overly aggressive, in my opinion, but, to each their own. For example, Dustin, you brought up the ex-politician, South American politician. We also have this incredible man. He was a drone operator. He's ex-military, and he's going to teach you how to be disciplined in your life, how to wake up, make your bed, brush your teeth, clean yourself off.
He's going to teach you how to brush your teeth. Clean. We have an entire series on brushing your teeth.
Yeah, and how to just make sure you don't smell like every day. How to basically clean yourself.
$999 a month for 15 videos of a man teaching you how to floss.
Yeah. 90% of what he says is just how to just essentially take a shower. And the rest is, how, he essentially was a drone, orchestrated drone strikes in Afghanistan. Just
rambling on and on.
Well, he actually did not go to Afghanistan. He was based out of Arizona and just kind of controlled the drones and would, drop missiles through Afghanistan and Iraq. But, he's military, so that takes a certain level of
strength,
discipline and strength. Another great professor we have, he was a mining executive out of Africa. He was orchestrating cobalt mining in the Congo, and he had to quit the industry. His thing is the mining industry in Africa is too woke for me. I have to. He left because he was too woke. His opinions were being shut down in the mining industry in Africa, and so I got to hear some of his classes, and boy, does he's got some opinions on some things. He has got some real big opinions, but it's important to listen to all opinions on things.
And again, Bridge and I would never sell sort of an idea that we don't use ourselves. We've been watching these videos, curating just the top educators of our time. Also older videos that we've been able to kind of take out from the Library of Congress and other libraries from other countries as well.
Yeah.
There's never before seen videos of Mussolini eating.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos. I mean, we
there's
sort
a lot
of
videos,
purchased some libraries just to sort of fill out the university. It's actually pretty tricky to sort of sort through. Okay, is this a class or is this just another Russian dash cam video that's playing? I would say probably 80% of the videos. I would say probably 80% of the videos that we have are, just sort of these stock library videos that we've purchased, most of which are Russian dash cam videos. So you'll have to, but that's part of the Alpha Rottweiler experience, is sort of just sifting through these violent
hundreds and
videos.
hundreds of videos.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. But that's part of the alpha dog mentality, is that you got to really dig through the pretty morbid video selection in order to find the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, because our videos aren't labeled, No. So like the videos, it's just a document with links, and each document is just labeled 00001, 00002.
Yeah, it's really, we just, we wanted to get this out as quickly as possible, so we sort of just threw all the videos onto the site. There's no organization, no categorization, so you just kind of have to click on random stuff. There's no thumbnails, so just you got to find what you'll find. You will find what you find at Alpha Rottweiler.
Sometimes you'll click on a video and it's just a man assaulting a police officer. You click on the next one and it's 10 minutes of some guy talking about magnets and how to move metal,
and then another accident video, and then probably another car crash video, another fight outside of a Russian bar, another multi-car pileup outside of Moscow.
Click another video. It's a Rottweiler biting a hostess at a high-class restaurant.
Yeah. There's some videos of us chatting, hairless and bald, trying to move metal with our minds. And then you click again, and it's just a semi-truck just barreling into a house. That's sort of just... But that's the Alpha Rottweiler experience. Yeah, just a lot of car crashes, rabid Rottweilers, with the occasional, ex-drone strike operator giving you advice on how to clean yourself. This is the big thing, yeah. We've got all sorts of people. We have people teaching you about, China. There's great videos about how you can optimize your business through buying stuff from China and selling it in the U.S. That's a very underrated, and we don't want to get too deep into that because it's sort of a secret trick to making millions and millions of dollars without having to work too hard, which you will, yeah.
Buying product from China on the cheap and selling it into the U.S. directly.
Yeah, essentially just buying, products in China. China's got products that are just sitting there. And, you can just buy that stuff and sell it on Amazon. And we're going to teach you how to do that.
Also, a lot of the sales that we push our alpha dogs, our Rottweiler, our pups, our baby pup Rottweilers.
Yeah, we're selling a lot of Rottweilers. We're breeding them. We've got a whole farm. We're breeding a ton of Rottweilers on this farm outside of Connecticut. And
they call them puppy mills, which I don't like that term. I find that term very offensive. But at a certain point, they don't even come out as puppies. They come out as full-grown Rottweilers.
Puppy mill is a terrible term. I call them dog farms. Just growing these Rottweilers. I call them Rottweiler farms. Yeah. And, man, boy, do we have a lot of Rottweilers in there and very little space, too, for those Rottweilers.
It feels like a hen house. These are Rottweilers just sitting and waiting. Yeah. Sitting and wait, which is kind of what we're trying to foster in this university, is the idea of sitting, waiting, and then unleashing yourself onto the world.
And when we say unleashing, we literally mean unleashing, just sort of opening the gate and saying, all right, time to do what it is you're going to do in the next 20 minutes, and then right into the mental institution.
Unleashing.
But yeah, no, another thing that this university will be providing you with, health is so important in order to become, in order to become mentally strong, you need to be physically strong. And so, Alpha Rottweiler University is going to be getting you and selling you supplements that supplements that will turn you into the true Alpha Rottweiler within.
We've recently spoken to this doctor. I think I've mentioned it before, Dr. Hanover, who helped me with my face, my surgery.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a nutritionist, or he's gotten into the nutrition game, and he has been sort of selling these supplements that he's received from China.
He got crates full of stuff.
Pills and pills. He gives you sort of an agitated demeanor.
And a muscular demeanor, too. It really will make your muscles grow without having you do anything. And That's what you want, ultimately. You just want huge muscles, and you want to be angry. And let me tell you, the Alpha Rottweiler supplements will do that almost immediately, like shockingly immediate.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the problem with other supplements is that the doses aren't high enough. And it's just a simple thing with math. Just with our product, we just increase the supplement. We increase the doses by about, 10 times, 15 times. That's why it works so much better.
And especially because these supplements are derived from goats, from rams.
Oh, yeah.
We were in the beta room, and our subjects we'd say, well, how do you feel? And they'd say, like, I feel heavy-headed. Some people feel lightheaded when taking pills. They feel real heavy-headed. And they've found themselves banging their heads against each other to test their strength.
Yeah. These are your grandmother's goats. These aren't your grandparents' goats. These are goats that are very strong. They themselves have been given supplements, so you're getting goat endorphins from a goat that is already on testosterone supplements, and I don't even know if that stuff works for other animals, but I guess they're injecting these things. I've seen pictures of these goats. These things are muscular and look like they're ready to kill. These are very, very furious looking goats in deep China, and that's why I trust these supplements.
Yeah, so we will be selling these supplements. There's no cost for your first bottle because we want to
get you on it.
Sample. We want you to sample them.
And trust me, you are going to want it. I mean, I took one of them. I took the free sample, and I was sort of chomping at the bit to get more. Even just a few hours later, I was starting to feel, I'm starting to itch. And
you start to feel weak and itchy. Yeah.
And sad. And I'm like, the only answer to these problems is to get more of these supplements from China. And so, you are going to want to do that. You are definitely going to want to get these supplements.
Yeah.
It's so important that everybody get on this, and it might be a little out of people's price range on some of this stuff.
But if you're not willing to spend $12,000 a year on your life, people spend more money with self-help books
you're a chump if you don't. You're a loser.
If you read a self-help book, you're a loser. If you read or have ever read a self-help book, you are a loser.
You should take a hard look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I ready to unleash the Alpha Rottweiler within? And I think you are ready. I think you're ready. And if you aren't, well, maybe.
Get ready.
Yeah, maybe if you aren't, maybe you should
get ready.
Remove maybe in that statement and say definitely.
There's no maybes in Alpha Rottweiler University. ARU.
There's no gray. Oh, yeah, Alpha Rottweiler. That's that's how I greet everybody now. Is just loudly barking at them, and say I'm a bark, and just say like, hey, I've started doing these classes online, and they're like, oh, what kind of classes? I'm like, for Rottweiler. Woof, woof. That's how I greet most people, and how you should greet too, and how a lot of the people who've taken our class are doing. And we let them out after the class, and they go into the world and start barking very loudly and aggressively at people. So.
Our record, when we start every video, we start with Alpha Rottweiler University. I'll play it later. But that actually isn't a Rottweiler. That is one of our beta test subjects.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, with the beta test subjects, I mean, you see some of these videos of these people in front of their computer, them standing up, jacked as hell, barking at very loudly and
at each other, and
yeah,
slamming their heads into each other,
and just demanding more goat supplements. That's a sight to behold. It's not for the squeamish. I'll say that. It
certainly is not.
Looks like something out of a Cronenberg film.
We will provide those videos on our website as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Alpha Dog University. It's sort of a self-sustaining. I mean, like, as more videos will be added of the people just watching the video. So
I was about to say, when you watch the videos, your camera's automatically turned on, so we're able to record you watching the video and seeing that transformation. in real time.
Which will immediately go on the site and add to our, extensive library.
Our ever-extensive, unorganized library of sexual acts, death, murders in Russia.
Also, just security cam footage. Like, we just bought footage from this security cam company. They had hours of this stuff. It's just like sort of night vision of just like hallways or outdoor areas. We've got that on the site too for you to check out.
I mean, when you said a Cronenberg movie, I think you have the right idea. That's or Lynchian. It's like Cronenberg and Lynch if they had a baby and that baby started directing films.
Yeah, I think that's sort of just the vibe of alpharottweiler.com. Is these just very intense videos that are going to turn you into an aggressive, furious person who's ready to take on the world, much like an Alpha Rottweiler.
We take credit card. We used to take cryptocurrency, but we no longer.
Yeah. Any sort of payment aside from crypto will work. We take gold. We've had people just ship us like minerals before.
Theoretically, you could mail your payments to our offices out in Shanghai.
That's where the action is China. And so we've pretty much set up all the team and
everything's in China.
All the legal stuff is based out of China. So
all the legal documents that you do need to sign before signing up is all in Mandarin. And most of the videos are actually in Mandarin as well.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Is like sort of like when things get uploaded, the Chinese server kind of just immediately wipes the audio and translates it into Mandarin. So that might be a problem for some of our viewers who don't understand Mandarin. But
this American guy in Phoenix teaching you how to brush your teeth, dubbed over in Mandarin.
And dubbed over. And let's, I've heard some of these dubs and like things get lost in translation for sure. Because these servers aren't great at doing the translation. So even if you do speak Mandarin, you're not really getting the whole picture anyway. So it doesn't matter either way.
And these videos also, like most of them are 360p.
Yeah.
We're working on higher right now, but
because we just want to get you as many videos as possible, so in order to save room on the server, we didn't want to pay for the server, so we downgraded everything to 360 just so that we can save on the server space for you guys.
I mean, especially with all the security cam footage. Most of
with
it's
the security
17 18 hours of just a dark hallway.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last we clocked, it was like, we've got something like 3 million hours of footage on our site, and that's
most
all
of it
for
is
you.
Dark hallway, and then every once in a while, you'll just have a Rottweiler.
Yeah, because those security cam footages, they still have the same thing applied. So occasionally you'll be watching the security cam footage, and the Rottweiler video will blast through that. So that's for your enjoyment.
Well, I think that's about it about Rottweiler University. Again, we do want to keep updating you on
we'll
site.
keep you updated.
We should be talking about it. We're not going to stop doing the podcast, of course. The BMH podcast is very important to us, but this is just sort of a side passive income that we're going for. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you for listening. I'm Bridge Stewart.
I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn. Get 10% off on BMH Podcast Meat Cake.
This is ARU, Alpha Rottweiler University.